extra, extra, read all about it. Welcome to Born Without Boundaries Daily Tarot Card Reading. Good morning, everybody. Okay, just a brief interruption. If there's a commercial that's going to happen at all, for those of you who watch on platforms where there are commercials, it will happen now. And maybe it didn't. So there we go. After this, there's nothing else. I promise you. So, welcome to Born Without Boundaries. My name is Michelle. Please do click subscribe and ring that bell so you know when I go live, which hopefully will be soon. Maybe tonight. I don't know. I'm going to try. I'm just going to say I'm going to try. Guys, this is the daily reading, the daily mentality. This is the daily energy. So 24 hours. 24 hours. A lot can happen in a day, but also we can face anything that is coming our way. Let's get into the reading today. First card out. Happiness. Stability. Marriage. Relationship. All right. Confusion. No bueno. Maybe a lot of options that you're not really even that interested in. Come on. Bring it to me, bring it to me, bring it to me. Conflict. So this could be marital strife. This could be relationship issues. This could be infidelity. Ace of Swords. Victory over anything that was causing you upset or frustration. Moving on. Maybe the victory is finally saying goodbye. Ace of Cups. What will make you happy? And this actually was spinning around. It was spinning around on the Ace of Swords. So this could actually be something that has been draining you for a while. Queen of Wands. Page of Wands. A little bit of a reprieve with the Four of Swords. Three of Swords. Okay, so basically, you've been trying to make this circumstance work, and it's just not. Basically, you've been trying to build something that's stable and happy and healthy, but it's not. There's too much conflict. Maybe internally, there's too much strife. It's like no matter how hard you try with this situation, you can't change it. And I'm going to tell you guys, I actually did another reading before this and I threw it out. I erased the video because it was really harsh and negative. And I was like, maybe I was just in a really bad mood this morning. And so I decided to do a second reading, but here it comes out. There's this sense of there's this sense of you're not going to be happy with the outcome today. This is definitely not something that you wanted. But it is for the best. Something that needed to be cleared up is clearing up, but it's clearing up harshly. It's not like good news is coming through. It's almost sort of this impulsive energy that leads to heartbreak, that leads to or being leads to. It's like it's being driven from something that you didn't pay attention to. Something that you were intentionally overlooking, something that you didn't want to see, or you didn't want to hear, or you just didn't want to, and there's just this disappointment that's going to come. Today is a day where many of us is probably going to have to deal with some really bad news. That's what I'm going to say. Information that you didn't want to hear. It's almost like you knew that it was on the horizon, but you were trying to put it off, and it's here. It's here. Yeah, you didn't want to see it. You didn't want to look for it. Okay. But good things could come from this. Good things could come from it. As in clarity, emotional clarity. Like a cycle finally being over and a little bit of relief from it that actually like cuts out the burden and makes life better in some way. Paves the way for unity and happiness and coming together and stability, a new beginning. Okay, so essentially this is the 2 moons coming out. This is literally, this new moon is about making room and making space. So whatever was in your life that was wonky, that was not working out, no matter what, there was always conflict around it. It's done. It's over with. Maybe because you have to move on from it. Maybe because it ended. That's not going to be a happy part. It's going to be heartbreaking. Or if you've experienced an ending recently, that was heartbreaking to you, and the world seems a little bit dull because of it. Like ambiguous, this feeling of I'm not interested in anything. It's almost like living in a fog. You're going to start to come out of that. There will be, at least by the next full moon, this sense of release and rebalance. Coming in today, however, there is being in the presence of this confusion, this conflict, this circumstance but today is a very good day because it's like you realize today it's got to be over with. It's got to be done. Like this is the day you've got to walk away. And it's been a long time coming because it's almost been like there's been this struggle since childhood, or for many years having to do with your children, some sort of struggle with and around a child, your childhood, a period in your life when you were more innocent. It's been that long. So this is about the conflict. This is about that conflict that's been building, and you just couldn't do anything about it, or you worked too hard to try to make it better, even though it wasn't for you to make it better, kind of like a martyr. And it's done. It's over. The ending is there. Either the ending already happened, or you'll get word of it ending today, and it's finished. Like whatever was happening, the situation was too bad for you to actually do anything about. And the fact that you kept trying to do something, actually just kept hurting the situation and kept hurting you. So what we do today is we're done with that. We don't do that anymore. Or today is the day that you get word the universe is taking it upon their hands to just finish it completely for you. And then it's dealing with the aftermath of feeling like, why did this have to happen? Well, because it had to clear out the space. It did. And it's I'm telling you, it's not happy news, or it wasn't happy news. But it's like it wants to bring you back to that place where you can get happy news again. You know, it's like it's almost like it was never supposed to be. Oh my God, that sounds like so mean. Because what if you put years of your life into it? You wasted years of your life. And now is now. Now is where your life starts. It begins here. Almost, if this is happening to you, consider today your birthday. Consider the day that you actually started today. That's today. And today is a very good day because the past doesn't mean anything anymore. It's over with. and regret and hurt and sorrow, it's almost like, to be honest with you, you're fucking done with that too. It's like you're done with being constantly affected by this situation that was never supposed to be. At least it was never supposed to be for as long as it was. It just, there was conflict from the very fucking beginning, and you tried so hard to make it work, and it just didn't. And it always didn't work. So what did that mean? That it was never meant to be. And I know the morning is almost in. Then why the fuck did I put so much effort into this? Because you're a martyr? Self-torment? Probably because you're, on some level, afraid to live your own life? Well, that energy is done, because now is your birthday. Today's your birthday. It's your birthday today, right here, right now. This is when we begin. And we don't go back to looking for conflict or looking to make things hard for ourselves. We simply go to, this is happiness. It's not about feeling good. That's not what it's about. It's about being good, like actual goodness. And if there's one thing, one reason behind why this all happened to you, it was to teach you what happiness really is and what to really put your focus and energy on. And that other people's opinions of you, which is why I think you were in this situation to begin with, because you were worried about what other people thought about you. Like burdens, like what would they say? I have to be a good wife. What would people say to me? I have to be a good parent. What would people say about me? Like all of these things, it's like you're trying to be the impression of a good wife or a good this or a good that. And actually it's not good at all, because goodness is balance and health. And you were actually unbalancing things by fighting for this situation to get better, because it was never getting better. It was almost like simultaneously this circumstance, this person, this situation was fighting against you, always just going back to making things worse. Never any improvement happening. Because it wasn't worth the fucking investment to begin with. And that may sound so horrible, especially if you're dealing with something like a child or like a spouse that is really like, this person meant something to you. But at the same time, you can't save everybody. And you can't save somebody who doesn't want to be saved themselves, or who was really never meant to be saved. And basically they get to decide that, right? I think today is the day when you realize it had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with me. What did have to do with me was my decision to keep feeding it for as long as I did. And that's what you did with all your good intentions, is you just kept feeding the devil. That situation is done. It's over with. It's finished. And now you can turn back to stability, because this was really about having the wrong impression, the wrong idea of what happiness meant, or what your actions had to be to create happiness. It just almost having a confused, convoluted version of it in your head. And that convoluted version played out into reality over and over and over and over again. It drained you, took away everything that you were. And then in the end, it turned out to be nothing. It ended. And you're like, wait, what? How? Well, you're a very powerful person. But where is your mind? Where is your mind? Is it in the right place? Are you actually doing the right thing? Because the right thing is the thing of balance. The right thing is the thing of truth. What is the truth here? Because the truth could hurt, but it's still the truth. And if you're aligned with it, then you don't perpetuate the hurt. So today is that day when the tides turn and it's your birthday and you honestly get to put all that behind you. But please have learned the lesson. I don't say yes to things that are not serving my best life. I don't say yes to them because they're wrong. Because they're wrong. Just because somebody tells me I have to do it doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't. Just because somebody tells you, hey, to be a good daughter, you have to tolerate all this, and I'm going to put all my burdens on you, and you're going to have to deal with all of this shit along with me. No, I don't. That's so wrong and unfair, and I don't have to tolerate it or perpetuate it. Just saw 555. This is the change. This is the turnaround. This is the holy crap, how much of me have I wasted on a situation that just was never meant to be? It's a good question. It's a good question. And today is either a reminder of the freedom that you've earned and won and being happy that that's cleared out of your life, or a realization that this situation that just cleared out of your life, listen, all I'm going to say to you today, and I'm going to say this really quickly and this clearly, and this is going to be my last thing I say to you, don't feel guilty about this shit having ended. Don't feel guilty about being happy, because honestly, this crap was never meant to be, but your happiness was. So get on with it. I'll see you later on. Bye, guys.